platform, thank you for watching. I'm Togsy along with the Wiz. Warwick Kappa, how are you, bud?
Wizard Kappa, how are ya?
We have a full desk. We've got some great guests, including Sam from Property Direct AU. How are you, bud?
Very well, thank you for having me.
And thank you for being a sponsor of the show. And you brought some friends with you?
I have indeed. I've brought Jack here and Richard. Stockman's breakfast.
The beautiful Richard and the beautiful Jaquelyn's breakfast on SEN.
Yeah,
Stockman's breakfast.
thanks for having us, guys.
What's the Stockman's breakfast about?
Oh, we've got two. Got the Stockman's brunch and the breakfast. The breakfast is more feminine, when the brunch is more masculine.
All right, mate. I might see you next week.
Well, Sam, look, man, we're so appreciative of you being a sponsor of the show. Tell us about your journey in real estate and where you're at with things.
Where did it all start, mate?
I did promise you I'll give you the short version, not the long version.
Because we know you both can talk.
We can talk indeed.
Like Warwick Kappa, you can talk with rocks underwater.
That's right. I started 24 years ago in Sydney.
Wow.
Believe it or not, working for Rene Rifkin, the late Rene Rifkin.
Ah.
Was that interesting?
It was very interesting.
Mate, he was an interesting character.
Indeed.
Carrying his beads, I used to see him around Bondi.
Worry beads, they were called.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
Not that he had many worries, but it started back then, and it was a good little transition into property. Moved back to Melbourne, worked for a number of companies, built a bit of a reputation, and then went out on my own.
Okay.
Fantastic. And we've sold some big properties, me and you, actually.
We have done a few deals.
The #1 ambassador in the media for
We've done a few deals together, some good deals. And, you know, the company's really about not only just selling property, it's about education.
Right.
So educating people on what to buy, where to buy, rather than just going out to a local real estate agent and say, hey, I want a property, and I'll just give you whatever they got.
It's sort of about building relationships too, in real
You
estate,
have
isn't
to.
it?
You have to.
Pretty important decision for someone where they're going to live. Their home is their castle.
correct.
So it must be pretty rewarding at times.
Number one's the house, the biggest purchase of their life, and second thing's a car, isn't it?
Pretty much.
So
Pretty much.
It's the biggest outlay.
Yep.
So a bit of rapport. I like to do that and then become friends with them.
No,
and then...
you've done well. You've slotted into it quite well, actually.
Thanks, mate.
So was it something you always wanted to do, to get into?
I've never looked at anything else.
Right.
I've never done anything else. So I enjoy it. It's more of a hobby, going out, educating, teaching people, helping people find their first home, their first, dream, so to speak, and then teaching them how to invest.
So most people are cruising around in a car and they're worried about their life, getting to the office and everything. Are you constantly looking at houses and looking at different styles and stuff like that?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Locally, overseas.
Yeah.
We do a lot of seminars locally. We do a lot of seminars overseas, selling Australian property.
Wow.
Yeah. And so, who are the biggest buyers these days? Malaysians, Chinese?
The Chinese-Malaysian market's quieting down a little bit. We're finding a lot more of the Indians actually starting to buy here.
Yep.
Indians, Sri Lankans are really moving into Australia quite a fair bit for education purposes and for property purposes.
Because actually Melbourne won the most livable city for 6 years in a row.
7 years.
6, 7 years, except for this year, didn't it?
Yeah, we lost it to Vienna.
But it came second, so not too bad.
So we're going all right, aren't we?
Yeah, I think we'll get it back. We'll get it back next year.
Vienna? That's good for
Vienna.
coffees. What are they talking about?
And so the SEN radio show that you're part of as well with these guys, I mean, tell us about that.
Fabulous, fabulous show. Very proud to be on it. And I want to pass it over to these guys to tell you all about it because they breathe it. They live it, breathe it every day.
I'm actually coming on Saturday, so tell us about it.
Yeah, you're coming on Saturday, and we said there was the softer version, the first half. You're on the second half. That's the Stockman's breakfast.
Okay.
We've got Brent Harvey on the first half, Boomer. So, yeah.
Great player. Yeah.
But, Jack's been a great asset too. So she's got growth for life in the first half, and we've got that nice, real sensitive. So come in earlier as well.
All right.
Yeah, we're talking a lot more about community organisations and finding wonderful people within Melbourne who are just doing fantastic things in the community because, life's pretty awful, at times, the stories can be really tough. Yeah. And I think it really helps people when you can find wonderful stories within the community of people getting out there and helping other people.
Yep.
So I'm trying to bring a little bit more light into the show by highlighting some really wonderful Melburnians who are doing some lovely things just off their own bat to make life a little bit easier and nicer for everybody else.
That's good. A bit of a feel-good segment.
What's the genesis of the show? How did it come to be, the Stockman's breakfast?
Oh, well, Togsy, I'm a winemaker, so I've got my own wine business, a little vineyard out at Diamond Creek.
Oh, happy days.
A bit like Warwick Kappa Shiraz. Mine's $69.99. You can get a bottle of Shiraz on Wiz 39 Cabra too. Where do we get your wine from, mate?
Look, I'm probably straight from the vineyard. Yeah, if you've got to come out. Yeah, so come out to Diamond Creek.
A couple of cartons would be nice this week for you.
Yeah, that'll happen. And so after that, Togsy, we sort of developed that sort of marketing thing. I went into radio for a little bit and enjoyed it and loved it and stayed there and really love it.
Now the random thing that I'd like to know, if you have a vineyard, is how do they get the grapes off those wires without smashing them? How do they collect all the grapes?
Is that hand-picked?
Someone doesn't come along and pick them with hand, do they?
You can, and that's the way we've always done it. But
Wow.
there's big machines that hit it too. They can put little leaves and that in there as well.
Because you can't bruise them, can you?
No, but there's
Be
all
careful.
sorts of big machinery that does that as well. But yeah, hand-picked. But we get some new, well, it sounds bad, but we get some people in, from different sort of countries come out there during picking season.
At least they get a job, don't they? Employs them.
Exactly, yeah.
Oh, okay, cool. And so you guys enjoy the radio show? Like, who's some of the people you had on?
Well, Wayne Carey was on last week, so that was really great.
King?
The King, yeah, and we've had some really good, like, there's wine and food too, like James Halliday, people like, a lot of chefs and so forth, George Columbaris.
We've had Dipper on just recently as well, and it gives a wonderful...
Dipper's good, isn't he?
Yeah, he's
Variety.
great. And it gives celebrities a lot of really wonderful opportunities to talk about some of the charities and organisations they're involved in a lot of the time as well. So,
Yeah, Dipper was on here last year.
Yeah,
I've done
he's
some DJ bingo with Dipper.
fantastic.
Man, Alf
And so
Dipper.
how do our viewers find you guys on there? Is there like a website particularly for your show?
Yeah, so you can go to, I'll let you say.
Well, you can go to stockmansbreakfast.com.au to find out more information about us and our presenters. But we're on every Saturday morning from 9 a.m. on 1377 on SEM Plus, which is wonderful. So on the way to netball, on the way to footy on a Saturday morning, flick us on and you can have a bit of a listen.
Fantastic. How do you find you, Sambo, for your real estate?
Really simple.
Property Direct?
propertydirectau.com.
Let Sam,
guys,
let
great to
Sam,
meet you,
Warwick
bro.
and Togsy
Thank
do
you
it
for
right
coming
you.
in. For the
Thank
show.
you. It was wonderful.
Thank you,
Wonderful
Sam,
to
thank
be
you so
here.
much for being a
Thank you.
sponsor of the show. We couldn't do it without you,
Welcome.
bro, so I really appreciate it. And when we
Thanks,
come back,
mate.
something very, very random. I've jumped on Skype again, but this time
What
we're
is it?
going to Bangkok
Are we? Again?
and catching up with a model called Mia, and
love-
it's fun.
I love
So
Bangkok.
That's when we come back.